Oh, say, can you see by your phone's glowing light what so loudly proclaimed
Osama bin Laden.
was ultimately misleading.
The hijacker's passport was found blocks from the World Trade Center crash site, if you can believe that.
Media types and bright stars.
I had two conversations, Larry. She says we've just been hijacked. She mentioned that they had used knives and box cutters.
Were a scurrilous sight.
And now the FBI tells us those calls never happened.
Oh, the airwaves we watched.
Presumably there were very few people in the Solomon building when it collapsed. I mean,
Them effortlessly deceiving. But firefighters were there.
You want to call your mother or something?
Saw bombs bursting in air.
Started running, floor by floor, it started popping out.
It was if they had detonated.
Yeah,
if they were planned to take down a building. Boom, 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 boom.
What happened? It was an explosion. It was like 3 explosions after that.
Was that a secondary explosion?
Yes, it was. The 3rd explosion, the whole lobby collapsed on us.
Came proof through the years.
Building number 7 descended in free fall for the first 100 feet.
Dit is controlled demolition.
Zeker weten.
Zeker weten.
That explosives were there.
Thermite was involved in melting those steel beams.
In the dust, what we have found is a modern version of thermite, which we call nanothermite.
NIST concedes that they found no evidence for explosives. So then we asked them, well, did you look? And they said, no, we did not look for explosives.
You can't do science when you are deprived of the evidence and when your hypothesis is the least valid instead of the most likely. When the most likely hypothesis in the case of Building 7 wasn't even mentioned. This is not science.
Oh, say does that blood spatter
Come on, fire!
banner yet wave.
Hey, Roger. Keep shoot. Keep shoot.
Oh, the land of the free.
Were you a member of Skull and Bones from college and Bush? Were you in the same secret society as Bush? Were you in Skull and Bones? Thank you for cutting my mic. Thank you. Are you going to arrest me? Excuse me. Excuse me. What are you arresting me for? Whoa, 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 whoa. Is anybody watching this?
Oh, the home of the brave.
I'm aware that there's still some who would question or even justify the offense of 9/11.
The building didn't disappear so the building can fall for 100 feet at free fall speed. That's impossible.
But let us be clear. Al-Qaeda killed nearly 3,000 people on that day.
The official story is based on a lie.
These are not opinions to be debated. These are facts to be dealt with.
You would flunk any exam, my friend, at even elementary school in physics and chemistry.
If you drop these at the same time, according to the official story, this one will reach the ground at the same time as this one, essentially in free fall, as they put it. One has nothing below it. The other has 90,000 tons of structural steel supporting it.
Let us never tolerate outrageous conspiracy theories concerning the attacks of September the 11th.
In other words, NIST is telling us that the building below it ceased to exist.
Malicious lies that attempt to shift the blame away from the terrorists themselves, away from the guilty.
It's just like taking your car keys out and just dropping them. That's how fast the building came down.
The next three experiments are real-world examples intended to see if indeed, as NIST simply assumed, collapse was inevitable. Will collapse of these structures continue to accelerate? And is collapse really inevitable? Based on these three real-world examples, an accelerating straight-down collapse of the structures certainly was not inevitable.
A building cannot do free fall with a huge steel structural system in place to support it without it being blown up. That's the only way it could come down at free fall.
Either you are with us or you are with the terrorists.
Big explosion.
All of a sudden the elevator blew up.
The way the structure is collapsing, this was the result of something that was planned. It's not accidental that the first tower just happened to collapse and then the second tower just happened to collapse in exactly the same way.
It looks like one of those scenes of an old building being purposely dynamited and blown up.